With Irish Joe. It's a poison. That doesn't help the stress level. No, don't do it. Get a grip. This stupid video I just showed you. I almost stroked out and died over it. You're watching a different show. You donkey. You ain't a captain of nothing but a sinking ship. Don't do this to me, Harry. The Ohio State. It's Ohio State. What do you mean, the? 312-988-15.
Hello?
You tell Johnny all you've heard and seen. Sometimes it's good to just yell about football. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You guys, I gotta tell you, I don't think I've seen anything quite like that before. Like all the Notre Dame we've watched over all these years, I don't think I've ever quite seen that scenario play out. So very, very successful senior day for Notre Dame. I mean, it was exactly what you were looking for in this moment, in this type of game. You're in a beauty pageant with the committee and you're trying to make it look good. And then Miami just played those guys. So you wanted to beat them by more than Miami did to play this whole game, right? That we're forced to play. Notre Dame took care of business. Notre Dame more than took care of business. You know what we're going to do right away? Let's jump to the stadium real quick. Let's get a live correspondence.
What's up, baby?
We go Irish. We're down there. We're on the 50-yard line on the field.
We see go Irish. We seen it
I
all.
love you, Johnny. We see your mom and dad. They're heading home.
All of it, baby.
Love you guys.
All of it. It was so electric to watch in person, Johnny. It was the greatest atmosphere, man. Between the girls' game winning, yes, and the one dot, and right here, your mom, everybody was great. Always Irish Nation is the best Irish community there is across the board.
For life.
That's right. Love you, Johnny.
Love you guys. Take care, man. Oh, that's beautiful. Live stadium correspondence. Let's start right here, by the way. We'll get to your super chats. There's a bunch of people that want to hop on. We're going to see what Pat thinks. We're going to get to all of this. I'm starting with this. I did not go to the game, but my parents did. They ended up with an Always Irish party tailgate all day. I'm getting pictures all day from all of the group that was there, a bunch of the regulars. And then Renee is taking videos of him partying with my parents sitting on the 50-yard line. Like, Johnny, you're not here, not with your parents. I just want to say, awesome. The fact that I wasn't even there, maybe it's more fun without me there. I'm open to that. It might be more fun when I'm out of the picture, but my parents had a great day. Loved seeing all the Always Irish people. I'm so glad everybody was was able to get together today. Spit it out, dummy. So I've never quite seen anything like this. This is exactly what you wanted on a senior day against a bad team. This is the max. Like, this is all you could ask for. And especially with the way you jumped on them early, there was none of that. You know, I'm sad to see my mom on the 50-yard line. They just totally blew them out. And here's where I think I'm going to start. Anybody having issues calling into the show? Everybody's having issues if you're trying to call in the show, because we're using the StreamYard link in the description. Click the link to join. Here's where I'm at. And you guys could agree, disagree. I don't know. I may have been wrong about this game. I was writing all week in SI and on my show saying, I don't think there's much you could do to impress anybody or this committee in this type of game against a 3-7 team at home. And I went into this thinking, I don't know how you impress against a team like this. But I know of a way you can unimpress. I know a way you could turn off the committee. I know a way you could sleepwalk through senior day and they hold it against you. And you got Miami breathing down your neck and it gives them a reason to start looking or whatever, right? I might have been wrong. I might have been wrong. And I want to ask you guys, and it's one of the questions that I have. Do you think this does move the needle? Do you think this moves the needle? How dominant, not just winning by a lot, but how completely dominant Notre Dame looked over this football team from the beginning? And I'm just wondering if it moves the needle. And maybe I was dead wrong when I was like, I don't know. You could beat them by a lot. And I don't know. Some people are saying, yes, it moves the needle. Other people are saying no. So that's why I'm asking. It must be a good question to ask them. So I am open to the idea that I may have been wrong. And maybe they do look at how Miami fared against these guys and then Notre Dame right afterwards. I'm just wondering, maybe I got that wrong and they are going to value that. And you want to show that you're peaking. You don't want any perceptual gap that exists between you and Miami. You don't want to open the door and let anybody think anything. I'm wondering if that absolute dominance does anything. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I was wrong in thinking it wouldn't. So I don't know, but great senior day, great start. Just some historical numbers. This team's so bad. Syracuse is just so bad. And my parents were there with Phil and Erica and Renee and just the whole group. Nikki Dean, Love Spirit Scene, everybody. Sly Fox, they were all there. And my parents text me, sitting right behind us is Syracuse's quarterback's family. And my mom was like, they're the nicest people. We talked to them before the game, and they're so excited to see this kid play at Notre Dame Stadium. And dude, I texted my mom back before the game, and I'm like, good luck to this kid. It could be ugly. It could be ugly. And so they said it was really nice family, and they were there to see Filardi play. Oh boy. So great job by Notre Dame. Total dominance. I may be wrong that I didn't think the needle could move. Jeremiah Love did a lot with the little, right? Did he only have 8 carries for 170 some yards and 3 touchdowns? I think it was 8 carries and he almost got to 200 yards and had 3 touchdowns. It was just one of those days, man. It was one of those days. And if you were going to play a team this bad, and if you were ever going to have one of these where you're winning by that much the whole day and it gets out of hand in the first quarter, if you're ever going to have one of these and it's against these teams or whatever, this was the one to have, I guess. You're in the middle of this beauty pageant. I don't think you're just winning in. I see there's a couple downsides to this we got to get into as well. But I just, what a good senior day. Just awesome. Okay, couple things to worry about. Number one is you didn't get a lot of help around the country. I don't see I'm looking at the USC score. You didn't get a lot of help around the country from those other games in the 11 a.m. window. Some of what you wanted to happen to give you breathing room, you didn't really get it. So you did more than your part. You did more than your part. You did not get any. There was nothing that I saw that changed the dynamic in our favor. You didn't get any help. Number 2, KVA. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. And like Goolsby said on the Patreon chat, I'm not going to talk about it. It didn't look good. Looked like it might have been non-contact or minimal contact injury. Doesn't look good. That's all I have to say on it now. I don't have any inside information or whatever, but in the street clothes, looked like he might have been upset. I don't know. You could judge it. We'll find out. Not good at all. Not good at all. You need that guy if you're going to make a playoff run. Correct me if I'm wrong. Notre Dame did not really have an opportunity to even need to kick a field goal. If that's something you were looking for in this beatdown, you didn't really have it. So I don't think there was really an opportunity because you just kept scoring. Right? Some people are saying we literally don't need help. Some people, again, I like that people are disagreeing with this, whether it moves the needle or not this game, and whether Notre Dame's in trouble or winning in. That's what makes the world go round. I love that everybody differs. So you didn't get a lot of help. KVA, if you wanted a field goal thing to get worked on, that really didn't happen. If you want to go here, you can. There were some people on the Patreon live chat that were still feeling iffy about CJ Carr. Still want him to be a little sharper. What was he, just 5 for 9 in this game or whatever? I will say this, though, on CJ's behalf. This is a really weird quarterbacking game. You never really had to get in a rhythm, or like the way you were up early. It felt very, very weird the way that all was. Like you didn't have to sustain drives and put a rhythm together because you were scoring so readily. So you could debate whether you wanted more out of Carr where it wasn't needed and he only had to throw 9 passes and you didn't have to have that to win. Or if you're like, this is all gravy today. I love it. Just give it to me. I love it. That's all up for whatever you guys want to do. Whatever you guys want to do. So let's get into the super chats here. As always, thank you for joining. You can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't. Appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps John out. Notifications on so you don't miss nothing. Twitter, search bar, Always Irish, or at Always Irish Inc. Emails, alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want it. You can get it. Notre Dame on SI. Read all about it. Patreon.com/Always Irish. You want to talk about some film breakdown? Wait till we look at everything that was going on in this one. Unbelievable. So let's get into some of these chats. Bring you guys up. Rodney, $2. More like sear abuse. That's very creative from Rodney. Very creative. Rotate, $10 holler. Seen a lot of bad teams get beat by a lot of good teams. I've never seen what I saw in the first half. If that isn't a CFP stamp game, I don't know what is. We dominated. Miami has the head-to-head, but it would be very hard for them to go in there, especially when both teams just played that opponent and be like, yeah, Miami looks like they're playing better. That's a tough position to have right now. $2 holler. In John we trust. Well, I thank you for the confidence. We already did that one, didn't we? Yeah. Those are moving on the screen. My bad. Either that or I took something I didn't mean to take. I don't know. It's moving on the screen. $5 holler Domer fan. Hate to be greedy with such a great game, but the 0 would have been nice. Shout out to all in the Patreon chat. Here's the other thing, man. Bunch of backups, walk-ons, seniors that wanted to have the Rudy thing. Like and you gave up a touchdown. I'm not even in the mood to get mad about it. I wanted that 0, though. I did want the 0, but I'm not going to get mad about it. Philly special. Understand the situation. Understand the guys they were having play and that they deserve to get out there. Whatever. $5 holler from the Philly special. Great times with the Always Irish crew that got to sit with us today. Phil and Erica hooked my parents up. They were on the 50-yard line, man. Love you guys. M. Rigged, 25, $20 holler. Am I the only one that's pissed they got that last TD? I know. Look at it this way. It got some guys that otherwise would have never been able to get on the field ever on the field. So if you're into that whole thing, look at it that way. $5 holler from Adam. Shame on me for believing in Missouri and USC. And then I did see USC scored again. They're trying to come back. But if they don't play better defense, I don't know. $2 holler, Adam Dowling. These are moving around. What is going on? $70. $7 holler, just ND, gal. The lines are all busy. It's so hard to say goodbye to Love and Kenny. Ooh, that hurts. $5 holler, Ed Page. With all that went good, they still got stopped at the goal line by running the crap up the middle. It's the Achilles heel. Yeah, listen, Notre Dame's still not perfect. There's a lot they got to do and improve on. All right, you guys, and we're going to go through it so as many people as possible. Let's pop Pat in, then he could go be with his family. Let's see what he thinks.
What's up?
What do you think?
Well, I think Lincoln Riley is a freaking moron, is what I think. They just scored a touchdown to make it a 1-score game, and the jerk-off goes for 2.
Yeah.
What is he doing? All right. I don't know if it moves the needle.
Yeah.
I think it's better than what Alabama did with EIU, but it's still, everyone thinks it's a bad football team. I still, even though we haven't gotten any help this weekend, this is at least enough of a win to say that you don't need help.
You think
but
so?
Yeah, this is it's just a good win. It's good. I mean, I rarely ever flip around to other games while Notre Dame is on. But I didn't have to watch this whole game because it was just an absolute blowout.
Yeah, it was nice. And it was really, really good to get off to that quick start, jump ahead of them so far ahead early, get that padding.
John, we're 5 minutes into the game and I'm texting you saying, I think Notre Dame's going to make the cover and not play offense.
Yeah. But Pat, I really do wonder the way this committee thinks, whether it does move the needle or not, or if they compare the way Notre Dame, if they're looking at Notre Dame, Miami, and they're comparing how they're playing lately. I'm open to it because of the way this committee talks. It makes me think they could use it as a data point. I don't know.
I've given up trying to predict this committee because what I'm afraid is going to happen, which is going to be ridiculous, but they might do it. Because I think I saw BYU was losing. And so like Notre Dame they're going to get right up against Notre Dame, and you might see Miami hop Notre Dame. And I'm terrified of that. And I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. You put Notre Dame ahead of them for a reason.
Yeah.
And then all of the pressure that's on them, and they might do it just because of all the pressures on them. One thing I will say,
wait, you know what would bother me with that, Pat?
Yeah.
Not necessarily that it happened, but you should have done it in the initial rankings then.
Correct.
And then
correct. And then it would make sense.
If you were going to
Notre
do
Dame so far ahead of them,
right,
and then let them come in and jump Notre Dame, especially if they do it after Notre Dame
problem.
beats a team 70-7. I mean, it would be ridiculous to say.
But I don't think it would happen this week. I think that would come at the last one. I don't think something like that would happen off this beating by Notre Dame. I think that would come at the end. No,
because what I think happens in the last one. See, here's my thing. I've said this before. I say it again. Miami has a ceiling. I don't think that the one consistent we have seen is the committee has no respect for the ACC.
Yeah,
Miami is not going to play in the ACC championship game. Yeah. It's going to be Georgia Tech or whoever in the ACC championship game. And when that team wins, Miami's out because so it comes down to that last week. And where does Notre Dame stand in that last week? That's why at the end of the day, I'm not actually concerned about Miami. It's more of like Georgia Tech or someone like that. So you need a victory from Pitt over Georgia Tech. That would really seal the deal for Notre Dame. And then you need Lincoln Riley to pull his head out of his ass and pull off some sort of miracle today. But whatever. I only needed to watch the first 10 minutes of this football game to get like my Notre Dame comfort level. That was just 2 pick sixes and a block punt for a touchdown. That is just glory. I loved it. I loved it. It was fantastic. So it was everyone should be super excited, super happy. It was a great note. I don't know why Joshua Finn is all over me. Dude, okay. Shut up.
What he's saying could be true, but that's not necessarily what we're worrying about. Like,
right. Well, I think he's calling me like negative. I'm like, I'm just.
No, it's a lack in belief in the consistency of the committee. That is, I think
that's what it is now. That's what it is now. And there's a ton of pressure. There's a ton of pressure on this committee now from all these from all these blog post writers. No offense, John, that are going after them because they have Notre Dame ahead of Miami. And you know what? It's not because Notre Dame's ahead of Miami. It's just because Notre Dame's there. Notre Dame being ahead of Miami is just a talking point. But at the end of the day, it's because Notre Dame is there, and the hate for Notre Dame is so great across the country. That's all it comes down to. So that's what it is. So, but at the end of the day, for this game, the only real thing is that KVA and his status. John, my brother. I am wearing a Carhartt shirt. I was working on the bathroom today. It is we're doing drywall on Monday. For those asking about the bathroom. So, the KVA injury, my brother called me today. He is looking into playoff tickets. He's got an in, so I might be going if Notre Dame, he says that we could get the Notre Dame allotment to any road game or bowl game. So we'll see.
There we go again, Pat.
The curse has been broken. I was at the USC game.
You got to just stay at home sometimes, buddy. Stay at home. And so, Pat, you did exactly what the mission was on senior day. You did it early. You left no doubt. Like, there's no wiggle room on it.
So many guys played today.
Good job. Yeah.
So many guys played today. There's guys you've never seen before. You forget they're on the team because
good
signing day was so long ago. So no, it was pretty fantastic for Notre Dame. I'm happy that the things went the way they did.
Yeah.
The one last thing, and I think it was I'm actually starting to believe Jeremiah Love can win the Heisman. And it's not just because of how he played today. Which was, 8 touches for over 170 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's come on. And he hit the Heisman pose. I loved it. I loved it when he did that. But game day, it was the number one Notre Dame hater on game day, and Desmond Howard saying he is going to vote for Jeremiah Love to be the Heisman. Not just thinks he can win it, but he is his pick because he thinks he's the best player in the country.
I like that. Let's see what happens.
That's when you get that kind of press for a guy, and then people read a stat line of 8 rushes for 172 yards. That's pretty good. So I'll take off. Good, have a good show, Johnny. Notre Dame fans, this is a good one. Watch some more college football. See if anything works out. I'm gonna go reluctantly cheer for USC.
Yeah, tell the family I said hi. Thanks for popping in. See ya. You guys, I don't think there's a lot of negativity. Some people are like, why are people being negative or whatever? Like, there is no negativity. Notre Dame did awesome. This was a fantastic result. You could still worry about things. It's not just because Notre Dame won 70-7. I can't worry about stuff. It was absolutely a great day, man. I'm not complaining about anything other than the unfortunate injury. I think that hurts. I really do think that hurts. All right. If you're on hold, you're coming on. Let's get it going. Rodney, what's going on? Welcome.
Oh man, John, Pat was right on the money. I was going to say the same thing. I was like earlier today, I don't know how many people watched it, but on game day, Desmond Howard gave us a ringing endorsement, for Jeremiah Love, and Jeremiah Love did not disappoint, man. And I kind of thought it would go like that. I'm like, I don't think he'll have, because my best friend and I were talking about the how many yards he would get. I'm like, he'll probably, I hope he gets somewhere in the 150 range, but if he gets any more than that, that means he played it probably a lot more than he should. And I'm sure Marcus wants to save him for the playoffs. So it kind of was perfect.
Yeah, 8 carries is about as efficient as it gets, and they just couldn't keep up with them, man. It was just like they just couldn't. I don't understand how you could be that totally bad, but like I'll take it. So Rodney, my question is, I'm going to ask everybody this. Do you think this moves the needle at all? Like with the committee or whatever? Do you think it's like they're 3-7, whatever you're going to win by, we move it on? Or does that level of dominance matter a little bit?
I think here's what I think it does. To say moves the needle would say they move up a place. I don't think that happens. What I think it is they have overwhelmingly answered the critics of their football play on the field. Yeah. And if there's any doubt, dude, they more than doubled. And again, John, I'm one of these people that think, you compare scores to other teams. You can have an off day, and so you don't play as well, and you can still be better than another team, right? But here's my big problem with the Miami game is, weren't we told all preseason long that they're not going to put that much weight on the first game of the year? Didn't we hear that?
I think I vaguely remember something like
that. John, and we lost that game by 3 points, where we look, it doesn't look, if you took the uniforms off, it looks nothing like that team. I'm sorry, John. This might be an inferior team, but I think, I'll say save Ohio State and maybe Indiana, because I think it's fair to say those two teams deserve that kind of respect until they're shown otherwise. Even A&M, I'm going to say this about. Notre Dame beats any team they play today by double digits, no matter who it is. Short of those two teams, because I don't know. Yeah, that is how good we played today. And that I'm saying that from a minimal standpoint. This team is John, they are so fast.
You're trending up. That's what you wanted to do, is be trending up at the end of the year.
They're so fast, dude. They're so fast. They're so incredibly athletic. I've never seen they They are a team full of very. I feel like this what it is. Freeman has gone after, and I've said this before. He has targeted the high 4-star player with a chip on their shoulder.
Yep.
And they're getting 5-star play and talent out of these guys. He's just, and not just Freeman, the whole entire staff has an incredible eye for spotting talent and slightly underrated. I mean, slightly. I'm talking about, again, these guys that, man, they might be 5 stars, but there's something there, dude. Jeremiah Love is the best player in college football. I mean, I don't care.
Man,
he's the best player, John. I mean, again, statistics aside, dude, that guy, I thought Jeremiah Smith was last year, to be fair. At least that's what everybody was telling me. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm sorry, man, that Jeremiah Love is and I'm saying that as an Notre Dame fan. I'm taking my bias out of it. I'm like, just objectively speaking, I could see this guy, if he has another game like this next week, he might win the Heisman.
I hope to see it.
Because the Heisman's full of momentum, John. You know this. You're right. And it has a lot to do with momentum. And I think there's a lot of momentum in Jeremiah Love's corner right now. He just needs one more good game. And Price looked good today. And John, I mean, it was like, did you not feel a little sorry for Syracuse at some point? I was honestly, my heart felt bad for him, dude.
I felt bad for I felt bad for the quarterback that went there to play lacrosse.
But John, I give him credit. You know what? That's why, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's why at the very end, I was mad they let the touchdown, but I'm like, what was that? Their 5th string?
Yeah, it really
and I'm like,
was.
God bless the guy for getting a touchdown. You know what I mean? It's like, all right.
Notre Dame did what Notre Dame needed to do, and then a lot more. Rodney, what do you think about the next rankings? Notre Dame safe above Miami? Any concerns about
yes. John, I think what they proved is that they're solidly number 9. Again, no team in front of them loses, fine. But I think they prove why they are solidly number 9. I mean, I just think that they just cemented their position that they're going to be in the playoff. John, barring a fall from grace like we've never seen next week in Stanford, they are going to be in the playoff.
Man, I hope you're right, Rodney. We'll celebrate it when it happens. Hey, have a good Saturday night. Thanks for joining us.
You too, buddy.
Thanks for the donation. Appreciate it. Couple more super chats. Right back to your calls. By the way, USC sucks. Apparently, they let us down again. 27-42 is what I'm showing. I'm telling you, Lincoln Riley's done it for all the LA hype and all of everything that surrounds USC and hyping up their recruiting and their talent in the portal. They never win a big game. They don't win big games. So I don't know what the whole project is with Lincoln Riley. He hasn't changed anything at USC. They don't beat anybody good. So whatever, man. It's really, really frustrating. $10 hour, Chris Howard. John, all prior criticisms I've said about this team have officially been annulled by the Catholic Church. Can't hold me accountable for those past comments. $20 hour, Brian Swanson. Your Miami Notre Dame head-to-head is out the window. They both played 3-7 teams, and the eye test blew the head-to-head away. Miami's trash. Not only did they both play 3-7 teams, but I believe Miami just played Syracuse. So you have like a very, very recent comparison there. And then if you said Notre Dame had a gap above Miami already, am I crazy for thinking that should expand the gap? And when I ask the question if this moves the needle or not, I don't necessarily mean Notre Dame moves up a spot in the rankings. Moving the needle could be just holding or increasing the gap between you and Miami. If you believe that's a real issue, some of you do and some of you don't. So that's something to think about too. Mikey, I'll give Desmond Coward credit. He's the only one on game day who's pushing the Love Heisman narrative. There you go, man. Like for a Michigan guy to do that, we'll take it. $5 hour. Go Irish. Just read during presser, KVA has ankle sprain out 4 weeks and back for the playoffs. Hearing anything? Go Irish. Great domination tonight. I think if that is what it is, and I'm not reporting it, I have no inside information. I cannot verify this. If that's what it is, it's the best case scenario compared to what people were worried about online. But you know how that goes online. $10 hour, Ed. John, as always, thanks for what you do. Just happy you guys let me do it. $10 sloppy. I know you kids like them extra sloppy for you. $10 Mendoza, Sayed, Simpson jumped on the bandwagon. Love officially visited ND during Marshall loss and committed on the same day as the Stanford loss. He wanted to change the culture. Man, that dude, you got to get in the playoff and see what this dude can do. Ashton C., welcome to the show.
Hey, John, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Big Notre Dame win, big senior day performance, jumping out ahead of them so much early was lowered everybody's blood pressure. Like, this was a very great senior day. Great senior day.
Yeah, I was talking to my dad. I was like, man, for once we don't even got to worry for 2 minutes against an opponent. It's like, this
I'm
is
not
nice.
used to it, dude. I am not used to being that comfortable throughout a Notre Dame game. So I'm going to ask
Usually the first quarter. Oh, sorry.
Oh, yeah, usually it's 7-6 and everybody's mad.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, so I want to ask you some of the same things. I'm trying to gauge the crowd here. Do you feel like this moves the needle at all, or is it 3-7? Who cares? Whatever. What do you think?
Personally, I feel like we are safe above Miami unless against Stanford next week we win 27-21 or something like that, where it's a really close game.
Yeah.
So I feel like we're safe unless they were to somehow sneak into the ACC title game and win that.
Yeah. And if they did that, that doesn't necessarily hurt Notre Dame, right? Because then I don't even know what their path is, but I think it's very unlikely. But they would assume that ACC spot, and the ACC would only get one team. And that's totally fine if Miami gets in that way. You just don't want them competing for the last at-large bid if it's you and them.
Oh, no. Yeah, I think we're safe to be in no matter how you look at it. I think they're not going to have BYU or Utah, who currently is losing to Kansas State.
Yeah.
Get one Big 12 team, one ACC team.
But you
So
got to think
we're safe for in the playoffs.
Like the Big 12, I don't know about that. What if BYU runs the table and then they beat Texas Tech? Do they get two teams? Do they both get in? You got to worry about that too.
I mean, that would be, I guess, the only scenario where there is a talking point for two, but I don't see any more than one Big 12 team getting in. They just they don't value the Big 12. They don't value the ACC.
That's true.
It's the SEC. It's the Big 10.
Yeah.
Then the at-larges for the most part.
But all I know is, man, I Notre Dame, they did not hurt their chances, man. This is how you know you're really good. When you could whoop a team like this, that you're that much better than, take advantage of those opportunities. You're starting to play at a higher efficiency level than we're used to here. And that's just a really good job. Anything else stood out to you today?
Of course, Jeremiah Love. I mean, we're all saying it, right? 8 carries, and what was his average? Like almost 20 yards, they said on there, a carry.
Yeah, it was something stupid when you get 3 touchdowns and 171 yards and 8 carries. It was, let's see. It doesn't give me the average. It was 171, 3 touchdowns, a long of 68. I hope he gets the Heisman love that he deserves. Literally the love. He deserves it, man. And I'm not mad about the 7 at the end. You had a bunch of backups, walk-on seniors last day, whatever. That is what it is. So I don't know.
Well, I'll let you get to the rest of your calls, but I just want to say one more thing. Today we're friends, tomorrow we're enemies. Go Steelers.
There you go. I don't even know, is Aaron Rodgers going to play or what? Or is he out?
It's still questionable. Him, Cam Hayward, a couple other guys.
Yeah, I don't know, man. The Bears they don't make it look easy, but they've been finding a way. We'll see what happens, Ashton. Thanks for joining, buddy. Have a good one. Whoops. I'm hitting the wrong buttons, you guys. My bad. KK Irish, what's up? Trying to go in order. What's up, buddy?
What's up, Johnny? Great Irish win. Loved it. Been a big fan of yours for a while, of you for a while. So it was a good day.
Man, I really appreciate that. Thanks for joining. I don't recognize the name on the chat before. Good to have first timers up here. What do you make of Notre Dame's day today? It was a very successful senior day. Does it move the needle, help build the buffer between you and Miami? Looks like Utah's going to lose or lost. That does not help your gap between you and Miami. That's for damn sure. So what do you make of this?
I think the needle does move in our favor a little bit, and it's funny because one of my best friends is a Hurricane fan, and we go back and forth all day long, you know. And
Yeah.
they just played Syracuse. They won 38-7. We just put, you know what I mean? Very recent.
Yep. And then they had a 3-loss team again today too. So I guess you're looking at a body of work thing or a head-to-head thing and how you perceive it. I don't know, but Utah losing definitely does it. I don't know, man. Miami's going to love that because it helps them bump up a little more. It's interesting.
And you got the common opponent thing too. So that's where we blow them out of the water.
Yeah, it's just, couldn't you argue that the biggest common opponent is playing the other team, right? Like, shouldn't you weight that a little more than all the other common opponents when it, like, and then you played, right? So how do you weight a whole season's worth of that comparison versus one game?
No, I know, but our loss to them was week 1, so, and it was by 3 points, and we played like crap. How many carries did Love have in a game? 9?
Yeah, not enough. It was not enough. And it was just very frustrating. And the Texas A&M game was more frustrating than Miami to me. So I don't know, but Notre Dame certainly didn't hurt their chances. And it's going to be real hard to leave a Notre Dame team out the committee thinks this much of that's playing this well.
Especially when they got them ranked as high as they do now.
Yeah, they've been behind Notre Dame, and then Notre Dame's played well. But, man, what a start to this game. Just lower your blood pressure right away. Get up by that many. What a good afternoon in Notre Dame Stadium.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good day, man. All right. Get to the rest of your calls, pal. Enjoy it.
Hey, thanks a lot, man. Always like first timers. Join again. I like that. What was that? A Northeast accent? What are we working with there? What are we working with? Just ND Gal, $70 holler. Thanks for the donation. What's up?
Johnny, coming to you live from Maui. What's going on?
Oh my, I seriously thought that was like a screensaver or something.
Nope.
Not that you're in Hawaii.
That's live, and that's because I don't know this platform and I can't do an avatar, so I can't put my picture up. So yes, this is my live view off my balcony looking toward Japan. I will be short. I'm going to talk about some things no one's talking about, and one of them is antitrust law. All right? Look. ACC wants to kick us out. The rest of CFB, D1, FBS wants to not schedule us. I happen to know who Notre Dame's favorite law firm is, and they're pretty good. And I want to talk about something that's called refusal to deal. And it's a Section 2 Sherman violation that carries trouble penalties. They can't group boycott us. It's against federal law, and I don't want to hear it. And they all hate it, and all their GCs are saying the same thing. You cannot group boycott us. Have a nice life. That said, the ACC is most likely in breach of contract right now for its little campaign that it has commenced to keep us out of the CFP.
Yeah.
And I hope Ivakwa takes the freaking gloves off because you know what, y'all? You freaking suck. P.S. You want to downplay us? You can give back all the ticket money and all the TV money that we've been making you to prop up your pathetic conference. Do not try me.
Now, okay, I don't know who's right or wrong on that, but I did think it was very weird that they were publicly lobbying against one of their contractual partners. It makes them a lot of money. I don't know whether they're right or wrong for wanting to be with the full-time ACC people, but how does that work when you have a contract financially between you guys and you're publicly ripping somebody you have a deal with?
I promise you there's an anti-disparagement clause in that contract. And we're just being nice because we're nice and blah, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
Let's talk about happy things. Jeremiah, we knew you too little. Go be great. Love you so much.
Yeah.
Kenny Minchie, you're Notre Dame man par excellence. You got your touchdown. Nobody could be more loyal than what he has been to Notre Dame.
True. Yeah, very, very loyal. And so can Love get in this Heisman race for real, in your opinion, or is there not is there not enough momentum and it goes to a quarterback on a team with a better record? Like, is it that simple?
The SEC will never let us win another Heisman. They block vote, and it's ranked choice voting, and it's just never going to happen. I think he has secured his plane ticket to New York, and that's enough. And anyone who knows anything knows that the whole thing is rigged to begin with. P.S. Look, Troy Smith won the Heisman. No one needs to say anything more than that for what the Heisman is worth these days. Jeremiah has just been a delight. It's very sad. It's very sad to see him go so quickly. Love all the walk-ons that got in. Love that Aeneas got a touchdown. It was a great Notre Dame day. Unbelievable football weather for November 20 whatever 2nd. I mean,
yeah, it really was. Like, it was, man, it looked nice out. The sun was out. Like, it was senior day. You beat the hell out of this team. What a good day at South Bend.
And nobody left because we enjoy a good beatdown like any other good football fan. Just fantastic. And I'll do a very quick PSA and then I'm going to say goodbye, which is finally, December 8th, here come the Irish launches. It should be a doozy because by now the editors know where we're going with this season. It's going to be super fun. Johnny et al., love you so much. I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you for everything you do, Johnny.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for thinking of the show, even while you're on vacation. It looks lovely. Be safe and relax and have fun out there, okay?
Will do, sugar. Bye-bye.
See ya. Man, I'm telling you what, there is some amazing people in this community. I thought that was a screensaver when I saw her name back there. People are saying Johnny needs to let ND Gal host a show next time. You guys are a big fan. She knows the law. John's not a law and order guy. She knows the law. You don't want to mess with anybody. $10 hour from Jason. How about them Irish? It's my birthday weekend. I couldn't wish for a bigger win. Have a great Thanksgiving, John, and the ND family. Yeah, I forgot. Next week is Thanksgiving. All of our schedule's going to be messed up and everything else. Let's keep it moving here. Shane Douglas, what's going on, buddy?
Johnny Ballgame, what's up?
What's going on, man? What do you make of this today? This was an interesting. I've never seen a game quite like this one.
Yeah, it's the funny thing is I don't know what's going on with my phone on the Patreon. I can get your guys' stuff, but I haven't been getting like no message. Somehow I got kicked off. Like I said, the only reason I even got on this social media was because of you. I'm new to it. I'm trying to figure it out. I haven't been on in a minute. But my prediction of today's game was actually, I only told one guy, I was trying to tell y'all, I've been offered the last couple off the Patreon. I walked out, a guy who used to be a bookie. He's like, what? I go 63 to, he was like 35 points, man. Is how Notre Dame in there. I'm like, yeah, run that. He's like, well, I go run that shit. He's like, you don't talk like that. I go, well, this is different. I predicted, what do you think? I go 63 to 10. And I was kind of bullshitting.
Yeah.
But I just popped in my head because, and I was like, mother of God. I was like, we had 63 and then we run 7. I was like, oh, holy, wow. Couldn't believe it.
So what do you make of it, man? Does it move the needle at all? Does it provide you that little buffer between you and Miami still, even if Utah loses and was in between them? What do you make of it? Like, what do you take from this? Or is it just 3-7, they suck, win by however many you're going to win by? What is it? What's the reality?
We need to win big. We need to cover the spread. I don't care if it's 50. And I think Freeman knows that. He just knows he's, man. I mean, by the way, y'all, I was on there threatening Chris Ash every day. I'll have to send him an edible arrangement or something. Yeah. Definitely, he needs a hug from somebody. I don't know if he gets laid or has a wife or not. I don't know. Sorry. But yeah, man, I don't know if it's him. Freeman snapped. Like I said it earlier. I called him one other time and I said, Freeman ain't gonna let him mess this up. Well, he gave him 2.5 games and yeah, he got whatever. They worked together and got it done. I'm totally impressed. So, but. Yeah, we need to win big. We need to win all these games big. The next one, yeah, I mean, we have to. And we get in. We'll get in. We need to. I think everybody knows this ain't the same team. We had 25% of this defense in the first 2 games.
Yeah.
We'd have won both. Man, and I'm worried about A&M. A&M's going. I don't know. They might lose 2 more. I don't trust shit, man. I don't think.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't. It makes me nervous.
Yeah, it's
But
I don't know. You got one more left at about 1:30 in the morning, and it's going to be sleepy, and maybe only the Notre Dame and the Miami fans will stay up for that one. You know what I mean?
I'll be up. I'll be up
It's
for that.
it's going to be a late one. So I don't know what it is, but go ahead and win by a lot. I can't have you being sleepy in Palo Alto. Pile it on.
Are we keeping Price? I say throw him $1 million and keep him, and then
I
let
don't
him
know.
get. I want him. And you just tell him. I know he's great. And like I said, loves once in a generation. Okay, Price is great too. And I'm saying we give him $1 million to stay, and say you'll be the feature back, and build your stock for the draft, and then get Aeneas back. I love Aeneas. Guys like I think we got to pay to keep him for a year.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to depend on probably what that draft grade comes back like, whether it's worth it for him to come back, be the lead guy, or go. So I don't know, man. You could throw a bunch of money at him, but if he's going to be like the third back and then Love's going to be the first, you probably need to go. So I don't know.
Man, I think he'll stay. I think we can talk him into it.
Yeah. Well,
Give
you're
him
going to
some money. He's earned it.
You're going to have to pay up.
He's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
So
is.
I don't know what to make of it. You really didn't get to see much out of Carr today because it just wasn't necessary. Like,
Didn't
does that
need
bother
to.
you at all? Or you like, whatever,
No,
move it to
I ain't
Stanford?
sweating CJ. I ain't
Yeah.
sweating him. Man, he's done more than I thought. He's done more than I thought. He's fine. And plus, then Brock, you don't need to show your hand, anything. You don't need to show him nothing if you don't have to. If you just, that's why he threw it more than I wanted. We got stuff last week against Pitt. I'm like, you got J Love. It's first and goal on the 5. I go, you got 4 downs, and you can't. What do I? That's why I work it for. I don't know. That's why I don't make $1 million. I don't know. I guess I'm just a moron, hillbilly, McHilljack. But I'd have gave it to him. I gave it to him 4 times to get 5 yards from J Love. Get the. I'm trying.
Yeah,
I'm trying to be good, man. I'm trying to be clean.
Yeah, I see that it's hard for you.
Yeah.
You're trying.
I was flipping out, man. I was just screaming. My wife just looking at me. I'm like, I know. I'm throwing my little tantrum. I just like, you got the best running back in the country. It's first and goal on the 5. It's 4 downs there. Just run 5. Come on.
Yeah,
Get out of here with that.
That's an ongoing.
Why don't they put him? Why don't they two backs? Put Price in the lead. He might get it. He might block. I mean, what? It's not. That's why I work it forward. That's why I'm just an idiot. I just whatever.
Yeah.
What do I know?
Hey, big win for Notre Dame. Get another one against Stanford. We'll see where we go. Anything on the way out, Shane? Thanks for joining.
Yeah, I love y'all. We're getting there. I think we're gonna get there this year. I'm nervous. What I'm seeing, the predictions, it looks Oklahoma and then the Sockeyes. Good. We got to see them. Just get it on. I want revenge on them. A&M. I'd love to see Miami, but we need them to puke, and I'm sure they will. They're consistent. They never let us down there. That train's never late. They'll drop the ball. They'll lose the Pit.
Let's see. We're gonna see what happens. It's gonna be a wild race to the finish. Shane, I'll see you over on the Patreon. That's dangerous. You never know what you're gonna get with Shane. He's a wild card. If you couldn't notice, you got to watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity.
Watch your profanity. Oh, man. You guys are a riot. You guys are a riot. Bitter, what's up?
Hey, man. I was at the game today. It was something else. I've never seen a game like that where we scored, what was it, like we scored 21 points with our offense not even taking a snap. It was crazy. By the way, the weather of the game was phenomenal. The crowd was really good. Everyone stayed to the end. It was great to see all the players get the respect that they deserved. It was a really good game. A lot of fun. I'm back in South Bend watching. Now I'm watching the USC Oregon game. USC crap in the bed. What a surprise. But anyhow, I just want to say what a great game it was. Great tribute to the seniors getting the stuff done. One more game to go, and then away we go. Let me tell you, that was something else. I can't believe it. Good game.
Yeah, it was, man, what a phenomenal way to round out the home slate. You were able to empty the benches and let some of those backups and the walk-ons and the seniors play that normally wouldn't. You jumped ahead of them early so all of us could calm down. There was just a lot to love about the whole thing. I mean, it was I've just never seen, I'm not used to Notre Dame thoroughly pounding a team like this. Even bad teams, I'm not used to this level of dominance. It's refreshing.
No, it's crazy. So I was at school at Notre Dame from 89 to 93. And even then, I cannot remember us having a first quarter like that. That was freaking insane. It was like the longest quarter ever, too. It was like 30. I mean, it was like, oh, it's like I remember looking up at the scoreboard thinking, oh, 2 minutes to go in the second quarter. Oh, no, it was the first quarter because it would just seem like endless. We were just like pounding it on every time. I mean, I actually started to sort of feel sorry for Syracuse. But on the other hand, I'm like, screw it, man. We need to run up the score on these bitches because we need the points. I'm sorry, West Palm Pat's probably going to be sad. But anyhow, we needed to bury these guys because OU only won by 11 points, right? We need to look good. Anyhow, I thought it was great. And John, I just want to say thank you so much. I was at your tailgate at the tailgater, the Purdue game. I met your mom and dad. Briefly interacted with you. Your family is phenomenal. Thank you so much for putting all that on. Anyway, fantastic.
Hey, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for being a part of the show, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend, the rest of football, and one more to go.
One more to go, man. And then, man, if it's Notre Dame versus OU in Norman, I'll be at the game.
Oh, man. Dude, that would be an awesome atmosphere for a playoff game. If you can't wiggle your way up into a home seat, of course.
No, I want the home seat, but we'll handle it. If it's in Norman, we can handle them. They were not super impressive today. You probably didn't get a chance to watch much of that game before our game, but they were workmanlike. I think we can handle them.
Yeah, it's I want to get there and I'll worry about it when I know we're in, man. So you got one more to go. Hey, thanks for all the support and the kind words, man.
Hey, take it easy, John. Adios.
Have a good one. What a nice guy, man. We got such a nice crowd. It's wild. Gnarly Weiss, what's going on?
Johnny, we dropped a 70 piece on him today, boy.
We dropped that 70 piece. There was some chatter on the Patreon of how funny it would be if we missed the extra point and it was 69. Like, just for the raw humor of all of it, if you managed to miss an extra point and it ended up 69-0 or whatever.
Hey, Johnny, even the field goal kicker was perfect today, man. It was a beautiful day.
Wearing that guy's leg out with all those extra points. It was like he got bored. I'll do some straight ones. Then I'll hook some with a little draw. Right. So what do you make of this, Liam? Does this move the needle, or is this just you beating the hell out of a 3-7 team because you beat the hell out of 3-7 team, or does it really move the needle?
Well, you know what I've realized, John, the more podcasts or ESPN that you watch about the college football rankings, if you talk with a Southern accent, it gives your argument more legitimacy. Let me tell you about football. Y'all don't know ball up north.
Yeah,
I think wasn't it 14-0 the Miami Syracuse game a week or two ago?
I believe so. I think so.
Yeah, so this is you're definitely keeping the haters away. I still think that people in the college football playoff hate us, and the media hates us too. I don't know if that helps at all. But, man, Jeremiah Love, geez Louise.
Talk about efficiency. To do all that with 8 carries is like 3 touchdowns over, 170-some yards on 8 carries. Unbelievable.
I know it's a tough, maybe it's a cross-sports reference, but the last time I saw a performance like that, it was probably, Charlie Banks from the Mighty Ducks.
Yeah, it was, dude. I don't know I don't know, man. I'm a little thrown off because I'm just not used to Notre Dame winning this convincingly and being up by that many. And all I know is you got what you needed. And if you were ever going to have one of these where you opened up a real can to this level, this is a pretty good time to have it and a spot to have it where you're kind of in a beauty contest. I don't know if this helps, but it doesn't hurt.
No, I think it's exactly what you needed, to be honest. And you're right. It reminded of the way that The Rock or Stone Cold Steve Austin used to talk to people in 1999, Rudy Poop, all that's it reminded me of that. And what was it 35-0 at the end of the first quarter or 28-0?
I think it was 35.
So you were on pace for 120 plus points, 140 points if you had kept it up. You had the backups in, they were doing great. You had the third strings in, they were making catches. It was just a great senior day. The only bummer was that injury that I don't even want to speak of yet. I hope everything's okay with that.
Yeah, it's that's a big hit, especially if you think you're going to make the playoff, and he's a key part of it. And I've seen some rumors on here, and I can't respond to them, so I don't know. I have no inside information, but it's unfortunate. That is a negative. And then I guess the only other thing is beyond your control that you didn't get a bunch of help around the country. The 11 a.m. window didn't help you. USC let you down. So I don't know. You didn't get the extra help.
You wonder how long it's going to take for Lincoln Riley to just drive his house somewhere else. Just pack up the house, go somewhere else and take the highest bidder.
But it's like the issue I have with it is you get gaslit every summer about the recruiting and everything's awesome and the transfer portal. USC's a real player and you get hyped up and they have good athletes. But then when it gets into these big games, they don't win them and they don't play good in them. They did the big mistakes against Notre Dame, hurt themselves. Big mistakes in this game, hurt themselves. So come on, man. I don't know what they're getting out of the Lincoln Riley experience. A lot of flash, but the big game moments still the same.
I think he's shown an inability to develop defense, and in close games that just is ineffective. You can't always beat someone 35-28. Once in a while, you're going to have to be the one that wins 20-17 somehow.
Yeah, it is. So I don't know, man. You didn't get a lot of that extra help, but man, Notre Dame is trending up, flying high. You're getting better. And then it's going to be a really interesting, weird end next week. I got a feeling only Notre Dame Miami fans are going to stay up and watch that game. It's so weird in that window. It's just going to be a weird vibe, man. You're going to be waiting around a long time to get this final game going.
What the game is? What the 10:30 Nick at night?
10:30 Eastern. Yeah,
it comes on after the
Eastern.
Honeymooners reruns, right?
Dude, it's unbelievable. I whatever, but it is what it is. These guys know they have one more win to get, and that's the best they could do. They're going to be ready for the moment. It's just going to be a weird, long day.
I think it's just going to make for a better postseason show with you guys, or post game show. Yeah,
and we'll if you go 10-2 and you were able to run that table for 10 wins in a row, we're going to have ourselves a little party. So whoever's up late, we're going to celebrate it. Whoever wants to come over here, we're going to celebrate. Everybody else can sleep. So right, I don't know, man. Really, really good senior day. I had a little anxiety because it's weird in games where just winning isn't good enough. That changes the calculation where you're not as long as we win, I'm good. Once you start getting picky about wanting those pretty points, makes me a little nervous, and thankfully in the first quarter, they took care of all that.
Hey, how about this? I'm looking at the Pitt Georgia Tech game. Pitt's up 7-0 driving. Georgia Tech is 16th. Does this win make our win last week look that much more impressive? Does that move the needle at all?
I saw some people talk about that in the chat. And then also, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't Georgia Tech still in the mix for the ACC title game or no? I can't even keep it all straight. So that'd be a big win by Pitt on two fronts.
I can't understand it either. I just know Miami's out. I probably have to tune into you guys the week before to get things straightened out.
Yeah, it's and so I don't know, man. This is but what a great senior day. Low stress. I'm just not used to having the low anxiety where you can enjoy a game and you're not all worked up and stressed out and play to play. You're grinding your teeth. It was just very relaxing. This was a great senior day.
Yeah, this is gonna push off my trip to Turkey for hair implants for a little while. My hair stopped receding after this game for a little bit, so things are good in that regard.
Well, you could always just cut some off your chin and just tape it to your head if you needed to.
That's get out of here. My daughter's been dying to say hi to you. Sorry about that.
Hi, go Irish.
Hi, John.
Hi, go Irish.
Go Irish.
Thanks, John. I'll leave you at that.
Have a good one, man. Take care. Oh, what a cute kid. She even had her Notre Dame stuff on. I like it. That's fantastic. Crying Belly. What's going on? He makes his debut, or at least for a long time. What's up, Crying Belly?
What up, dude? Can you hear me?
I got you loud and clear. What's on your mind, brother?
Fantastic. Well, I think it was a great win. Obviously, it's 70-7. Can't really complain about that. I think in terms of it moving the needle for the playoff, it certainly doesn't hurt. I think you're right about that. I think it's also, but on a large scale, I think it's just speaks to the health of Notre Dame under Marcus Freeman, just in general. I think we've seen so many games, even since 2022 in that 8-4 season, Sorry, I hear my dog drinking water in the background. It's not a great noise. But these sort of dominating wins we've seen with such frequency under Freeman is awesome. And I think it has to do with this philosophy of being process oriented versus results oriented. They asked him at the end of the game, what do you think of that? And he said the pick sixes or whatever at the beginning, that's whatever. I'm more happy about how we came out in the second half and kept going. So it's great that way. In my opinion, though, I think we can't ignore what's going on with CJ Carr right now. And I think there is something going on with CJ Carr right now. It's been a few weeks of him kind of being kind of meh. You know what I mean?
Okay, so I'm glad you called in because you brought that up on the Patreon chat, and I'm glad we're doing it here too. So then let me ask you this. Is it weird to gauge that in a game where he was required to do so little? Do you hold it against him that he's 5 of 9 and that you didn't even really need to put drives together or build rhythm and do everything because of how choppy and weird the game was? Is that fair? Or are you going to say I'm making excuses and Carr needs to be better even if it's 9 passes?
I think it's fair, but I think what's going on with CJ is we get such a wide margin and everybody's loving on Love and how awesome it is. And he starts pressing and he starts throwing high and can't make layups and stuff. I think that's part of his deal is he presses. I don't know. That's just my observation. He was failing to hit pretty basic balls. And, I think once we get into playoff territory, it'd be unwise to think that we can win just with the formula we had today. I mean, he's got to show up in a big way because Jeremiah Love isn't going to run for 8 and 170 or whatever, and we're not going to get 2 pick sixes and a block punt to start the game,
Ryan, what do you think about this? Are you open to the idea that the team could get a great deal better over the break if you were to make the playoff and you have 3 weeks to prep? Is there anything there, or is that just you got to get healthier and get ready for the game? But a part of me would hope maybe everybody can reset and it's a clean slate and you have momentum that for what you're good at, but the other stuff you're kind of starting on a clean slate. Do you buy into that?
Yeah, for sure. I think right now I can't really make out what we're doing on offense. I hope it is a little bit more dynamic than what we've seen. It seems like Denbrock is really forcing the issue with having these regular one-on-one throws, but they always end up being a waste of a down and put us behind the sticks because we rarely land them. And then we're always hitting these stop routes short of the sticks. Sort of these just okay, we run up into soft coverage, stop, get the ball, and then we run past the sticks. So it seems like we have some 2 go-to pass plays. And I'm just wondering if we're going to maybe make it a little bit more dynamic going into the postseason. I do think, though, this is not a winning formula on offense.
But overall, don't you agree, though? Notre Dame in the playoff this year, they would be able to be a run threat to an extent and a pass threat to an extent, play good defense. Do you not believe that? Because I genuinely do believe that Notre Dame would be so much harder to defend this year in the playoff than last year or the Kelly years because you can throw the ball a little bit. No?
I hope so. I just worry. What's the last time we played a great defense? That's what I'm worried about.
Hey, you've been around here long enough to know I'm not going to tell anybody not to worry because I'm not going to tell anybody not to worry about anything with Notre Dame because I'm always worried. So I'm not going to do that. But it is okay to have some of these larger concerns if you're worried about KVA's health and all this. Carry those concerns and also be damn happy about this win, dude. I have seen Notre Dame play a lot of crappy teams and look like crap themselves and win, and we just move on and forget about it. At least they're to a level now where they have the capability to do what they did today.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think again, it's a testament to the health of the program under Marcus Freeman that we're seeing these type of wins with such regularity. I think it was a few weeks ago we beat Boston College and it wasn't a pretty win. And it just seems so out of character for a Freeman team playing a team like that. Because usually we're beating them like 50-7. And that is the difference between Brian Kelly and Marcus Freeman right there is these type of wins on lazy November afternoons
Yeah.
to me. And it's really started since Freeman was the defensive coordinator at Notre Dame. The latter half of the 2021 season, we didn't see a touchdown get scored until the
You know
last
what
game
I
of the
think?
season.
Tell me if you agree with this, but I think there's a different mentality with a lot of these players and the way they play under the Freeman era. There seems to be a different mentality. They have some dogs and some killers, but also there's just a lot more better players. Like
Oh my
the
gosh,
talent level has risen to the point where Notre Dame can blow people out in a different way now. Because they just have better players. And then when you put the second string in, they're a better second string. The whole floor of the program's been raised. And guess what? It's going to keep happening because the recruiting ain't going down.
Absolutely. Yeah. The offensive line does worry me though. And
Well, that's fair. But what are you going to do? Everybody's legs snapped in half all
I
year.
know, man. I just worry about, we're talking all this big game. It's like what we did with Jeremiah Love in the postseason last year, and he just was nowhere to be found. Like, I feel like we might get in there and talk all this big game, and are we really that good? It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. I mean, I think we're a very good team. I don't know if we're exactly elite.
You
And
said you know what, I've been saying this and I genuinely mean it. I could see this Notre Dame team making the playoff and going on a deep run again. And I could also see the ineffectiveness on short yardage and field goals, making them a round one bounce because the margins are too small to mess around like that in the playoff.
absolutely.
So I could see all of that and anything in between. But here's the thing, man, you got to be in it to even find out. Like you got to get in it. And then you roll the dice, baby.
Right. I like our odds against Oklahoma, but when I look at Ohio State, I can't do another loss to them, man.
Really good, man. It
I
is
just
really
can't do it.
It's so annoying, but you have to kind of admit they're just probably the best program going consistency wise
It's
right now.
irritating. They like play with their food when you watch them,
Yeah.
But I do think in terms of dominance on a week-to-week basis, just in terms of scoreboard, we are up there. We're up there with them. I just this postseason is the thought of it is starting to get to me, and beyond all the mirage of the fireworks today, I'm just sort of stressing about, well, is this sustainable on offense? Is this a winning formula? Or is it a winning formula against 3-7 Syracuse,
Well, you know what? For today, anyways, I'm gonna let you worry about all that, and I'm gonna enjoy this ass kicking and the fact that my blood pressure was in a normal zone for the whole afternoon. I'm gonna enjoy that, and I'll start worrying tomorrow morning on Patreon. How about that, Cry?
Yeah, it sounds like a deal, dude. Yeah, I almost fell asleep. Seriously, it was a good,
That's good.
good game.
Yeah, that's good. They were winning by so much you could almost doze off. Listen, man, I really appreciate you always being around, and even when you're trolling and on Twitter and everything. Thanks for being around, buddy.
All right, take care, dude. Bye.
Have a good one. He really is nicer on this than he is on his chats. All right, we'll bring Luis in, and then Tom, I'm going to give you time. I'm sure Tom's mad because people are being negative, so we're gonna give him time. What's up, Luis?
What up, John? How's it going?
It's going fantastic, man. Big senior day win. What do you make of it?
Man, boy, there's a lot to be excited about. And there's a lot to be like, what we saw today was something that Notre Dame hasn't done in my lifetime, at least. Like, I'm very proud on how Marcus Freeman had the guys like show the committee and show like just what Notre Dame's about. Like, we're not here to like impress anybody but ourselves. You know what I mean? It's just letting you know the growth, the recruits that we're getting. Like, we're like week in, week out, we're showing that we're growing every single week. Like, it doesn't matter if it's the backups or my backups on backups. Like, it's just showing you our depth, and I think we're in a good spot. As a Notre Dame fan, I love the fact that we're we're ascending in an area that we've never seen before, and we're not used to. You know what I mean? And Notre Dame right now, to me, holds their own destiny from day one. Like I said, I'm not worried about anybody else in the Miami and all that. Man, Miami, like I told you last week, if Notre Dame gets out, it's because of us. We didn't handle business when we should have handled business, you know? Like there's nobody, don't ask for a handout, because you know what? In life, you don't get handouts. You got to go and get it. And that's what Notre Dame is doing after those 2 weeks lost. That's exactly what we've been doing. We're out there handling our business, taking care of business, doing our own thing, and not asking nobody for a handout. Notre Dame is earning everything that's coming their way, and they will be in the playoffs. And ACC, and whoever that lady from Maui is, man, what's up, lady? You know, that's a play over here. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to Maui. Let's go to Japan. Hey, I love her insight, though. I think that was pretty cool. That's the beauty of your show, John. Like, there's so many people that watch and listen to your show, and the community that you created through all this is special. And you know, off the record, what I'm going through is because of this show. Is we're getting help from my brother. I'm able to share it now. My brother got electrocuted 4 weeks ago, and someone in your show reached out to help out my family, and I'm embedded with you on that. And like I said, man, there's so much to be proud of. The only thing that I'm heartbroken though, real quick, John, is that the season's over. Like, I mean, it's not over technically, but look how fast it went, you know? And right now it's a moment just to enjoy and reflect from where we started to where we're at. I mean, we still got one more game. We got one more game, and we're going to go. I'm going to be at Stanford. I will be in there, and we need to do this show a little bit early so you can see how the festivities are at a middle of the third quarter if you want. We need to go live right there and show how bougie California is all about.
The good thing is you'll have a whole section to yourself to be able to record it. So that'll be great.
And you know what's funny? Half of that stadium will be only Notre Dame. The other half is empty.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right, man. Hey, Luis, I love you, buddy. Thanks for checking in. All of the people at the game were talking about you. All of our always Irish people. Renee was out there with my parents, a whole bunch of people there, and they were all. You're a famous fan.
Man, I appreciate it, John. Man, ain't nobody famous, bro. It's just love, bro. Jeremiah Love showed us how to show love, how to give love, and how to receive love. And that's what Notre Dame's about. Because wherever I go, I represent. How about them Irish? Go Irish!
Have a good one. Oh, man, I love that guy's energy. So, okay, so it looks like Utah ended up going ahead and winning. Things change a lot in 20 minutes, I guess. Pitt's up 21-0. Tom Frawley, correct all the negativity. What's up?
Oh my goodness, John. Well, here, and I'm going to tell you where this all stemmed from. The last 3 weeks, as Crying Belly was talking about. Well, you know, CJ Carr has been jammed up the last 3 or 4 weeks, and I posted the stats. I'll tell you what, I'll stand that up against any quarterback in the country. And guess what? He brought home a W. Yeah, was it sluggish today? Yeah, it was a little bit sluggish because look at the start. It was a different start. If he would have had a chance to get into a rhythm, you know, he would have been just fine. Here's the nuts and bolts of it. So I want to talk about 3 things.
Okay.
Notre Dame, for the first time since 1990, has a chance to win the national championship, have a Heisman Trophy, a bona fide Heisman Trophy winner, and to be good the following season. And it's all due to what's happening inside the program. And here's where I found this out. I'm going to talk about the Heisman for a minute. It doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but think about that. We got to go back to 1990 when Rocket Ismail got robbed by Ty Detmer because these voters decided to put it in before he basically won that thing with 2 games to play. And here's what happened, what I think a lot of people missed today on College Game Day. Yeah, Desmond Howard said those very complimentary things about Jeremiah Love, and he's not wrong. You know who else did? Saban. Did anybody catch the segment when he had the one-on-one set when he did the one-on-one segment with Reese Davis when he was breaking down Notre Dame's defense? Did you catch that?
I did not. I do not watch that pregame material.
I understand, but there's a lot to learn from here. I've grown to absolutely love Saban because he is the voice of reason on that show, and he is so smart when he breaks things down. He broke things down for me, as did Jared Carr the other night, and our buddy down in Texas, Brooks Austin. When you're looking at the Notre Dame, here's why I think Notre Dame has a chance to win the national championship, and I'm not afraid to say that with I have no trepidation of saying that, and the fact that they got a Heisman Trophy candidate, a bona fide, is because of what these guys said about him being the best. He is the best player in the country, and now you got a guy like Saban. And you know who else did it? Was what's his name? Van Pelt.
Is that enough to change anything, Tom? Do you take that as moving the needle, or is that just media? Because I don't feel like
it moves the needle. I'm telling you, it does.
I don't feel like there's enough heat.
Oh, hold on. Let me
enough push.
So Van Pelt last night on the show, when he started talking about Notre Dame, and this is what the Heisman Trophy is. It's about publicity. He actually, it came out of his mouth. He said, if you're holding a Heisman vote, don't vote early. He said, hold on to your Heisman votes until Jeremiah Love is done. Now we write him in. Now, do they have the talent to beat Ohio State? Yes, they do. Listen, they don't have to be the best team in the country week in and week out, just so long as they're the best team when they go up. You know what I'm saying? Lou Holtz used to say that, right? So it's how you catch a team. Listen, Ohio State hasn't been tested yet. Let's see what I'm not afraid of it. I think last year's Ohio State team, that was a squad.
Tom, I got to tell you, Indiana, Ohio State is going to be a very intriguing matchup. I have no idea, but I want to find out. I think everybody kind of respects both those teams, but you want to see a little more out of them. I want to see them go head to head. That's going to be fascinating.
I think you're going to learn a lot, but again, what the playoffs is, and his staff has been there. So has most of the team. And for all this talk about, you know what? I don't care about the calculus of, who's winning tonight, who's not. I'm glad I'm glad Pitt showed up tonight. Good for Narduzzi for after that ass beating they took last week and to come back in a very big ball game. So that helps us, right? I don't care about that. I care about Notre Dame. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not just saying this. It takes a lot for me to say this. They've got the stars. They've got the talent to get it done.
Okay, now let me play the other side of it.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you, do you have any concerns if you get in a playoff moment that the short yardage and the goal line problems?
No, I'm so glad you walked right into my trap. Thank you so much.
There you go.
So here's what I've been watching. I learned this from Jared Clark. I learned it from Brooks Austin. And even Saban talked about it today a little bit when he was with Reese Davis. I'm telling you, I said this to you in the last 2 weeks. Denbrock is playing possum. Look at the offense that they were running today. When you guys go back and watch the game, just do yourselves a favor. You can scroll through, but look at every series of down. How do they line up? They line up in 11 personnel H-back, 11 personnel H-back. And what do you do off of that? Here's what happens. CJ Carr, pre-snap, he reads, okay, am I cover 2? Am I cover 3? Is there a robber? Is there a rat in the hole? Can I throw the ball here? If I do, then he checks off and he sends his receivers basically on the same routes. There's a seam route and there's 2 out routes. This was pointed out to me by Jared Clark, and it was pointed out to me again by Brooks Austin. And I saw it again. And this is what I look for. So the bottom line is Denbrock is not showing anything, because if you do go back and you look at the Penn State and Georgia playoff games from last year, you will notice wrinkles, throwing wheel routes to Aeneas Williams, seam routes to the tight end. Did they throw to the tight end that much? No.
So you think they'll have some new stuff?
There's no question in my mind.
I like it.
Because here, why show? He's a poker player. He is playing things close to the vest. He doesn't have to show intricate offenses. He does not have to get creative playing, especially the last 4 games of this season. He didn't have to get creative against Pitt, and he certainly didn't have to do it today, and he won't have to do it next week against Stanford. Watch the backfield. It's Jeremiah Love or Price. The one backfield, then the tight end, which will slide into the H-back slot. That's 11 personnel. One back, one tight end, and 3 receivers. It's constant. Where do they run? They run duo. They run to the 3-hole and they run to the 5-hole on the left side most of the time. That's where the big plays pop. It's so if you're looking at it, you're like, oh, wait a minute. There's a lot that the country has not seen of Notre Dame. Now,
I like that.
Now you get a little bit creative, and you start getting. Look, there's another thing that I would have liked to have seen today is I would have liked to seen getting Faison instead of throwing those damn bubble screens.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In the first pass Kenny throws, they had him set up with a bubble screen. I'm telling you, Denbrock is lulling the nation to sleep, and they're going to come out as a different ball club in the first playoff game. Trust me on it.
I really like that. Do you agree with me? It was Crying Belly, our who has dual personalities. He's a lot better on the phone than he is when he's trolling. That's for sure. But Tom, I want to bring this up because I think this is true. You're starting to see Notre Dame, when they're rolling, do it at a different level. Yeah. And I think it's 2 things. The mentality around this program has changed. You have real dogs out there now.
Yeah.
And you just have a lot of better players. The first string, the second string, the third string, they're all moving up a notch because Notre Dame's roster is rapidly improving, becoming more athletic. And you're starting to see that play out. This program is in a really good spot, and it's trending to be even better.
Yeah, I just, okay, there's that healthy, being healthy is such a, it's such a luxury, right? Especially this time of the year, getting ready for the playoffs. And I am going to say that, please, guys, get your minds right. Guys and girls, get your minds right. They are going to the playoffs. It's going to happen.
Tom, I want to check you on that. You are confident that all the Miami stuff is if Notre Dame plays well again next week, you don't think Notre Dame has to worry about that? That's your position?
Yeah, and I'll tell you why. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But if I'm wrong, then it goes to the next hypotenuse, which is then going forward, Notre Dame will definitely never be able to win 2 games and lose 2 games and expect to get in the playoffs. They're going to have to go undefeated or go 11-1.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Because of the fact. So if they're going to play that game, but this year I still think they get a pass because of the dogs, because of Jeremiah Love, because of Jadarian Price. And I'm telling you, CJ Carr is going to be fine. There's a reason why. Crying Belly, ask yourself a question. Why didn't he win the job? There's a reason why he didn't win the job. And everybody's so critical on every football that he throws. I see the comments and it drives me crazy. Let him get into a rhythm. Is he going to hit everyone? No, but look at the stats. Let's see what happens when we get into a big ball game, when it really matters. And I'm telling you, that kid got enough experience the first night against Miami. He didn't piss down his leg. As a matter of fact, he made 2 phenomenal plays down in the red zone, if you recall. So I think he's got the moxie. the team's a lot better than they were 12 weeks ago, right? So, this is where you want to be. You want to be peaking at the right time. I'm optimistic that we've got this. Look, I'm just going to embrace it. This is the first chance in a long time that we've got a national title and a Heisman Trophy in the same year. If you can't embrace that, then you know what? You're never going to be happy. I mean, you're the type of people that, I could give you the presidential suite of the Four Seasons or the Peninsula Hotel, and you're still going to find something to piss and moan about. There's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we've got something very special here.
Yeah, and I just hope that it plays out the way you're saying. You take care of business next week, and all this 10-game comeback is rewarded with seeing this group and love in the playoff, and anything could happen. As long as you're in it, you can win it. If you're Notre Dame, you just got to get in. Tom, right now, if it's of interest to you, it's looking 28-0 Pittsburgh over Georgia Tech.
I got the game on. Yeah, I saw it. I think they're doing us a favor, Pitt.
Man.
So
that is wow.
I know, like Patrick Cotter said earlier, none of the 11 o'clock games helped us. And, we were kind of hoping for that. But look, if I'm thinking about the head-to-heads right now, if Notre Dame was going to take on Oklahoma, they can beat Oklahoma. Oklahoma doesn't frighten me, nor does Oregon. And that was proven. My goodness, they've got some definite holes. They're a good squad. There's no question about it. I don't know about Indiana, though, because who have they played?
Yeah.
The quarterback's good. Those receivers on Indiana, that quarterback, but is he Heisman Trophy winner? Is he in your mind, is he a Heisman candidate, or is he a Heisman winner?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I would love to see Love make a late charge in this thing and everybody to wake up and realize it. And you know what else, Tom? I believe if Notre Dame had one loss or no losses, Love's Heisman hype would be a lot more. I genuinely think there's a correlation.
Without a doubt.
They lean to the better players on the best teams.
There's no question.
And I think even just that if you had one loss or no losses, it would be way different. And the Miami people are going to say, okay, your famous guy, when he had a chance against us and he didn't run for crap.
Yeah, well, that was on Denbrock.
Yeah, but the Notre Dame O-line was messed up and they didn't give it to him enough because they were throwing sideways. And then that comes up like excuses. So I don't know. Did he just get written off week one and have to come back like the team or what?
I don't know how this would work out, but my perfect scenario get through the first game in the playoffs, and then hopefully you would play in Miami, right? If they made it, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'd love to play. There's two teams I'd like to play in the playoff this year and beat them: Miami and Ohio State.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. It's so Tom, all I know is fantastic senior day. The weather was good. The weather was beautiful. We had a big Always Irish contingent. My parents had a great time. They got to see everybody in our group. And it just a really, really successful day. And personally, I'm fulfilled that even when I'm not there, all of our people text each other and everybody ends up in a big group. It was a really nice Notre Dame day, man.
Yeah. Do me a favor. Tell your mom and dad, thanks a lot. I appreciate it. They sent me the pictures, and Renee Martinez, my son, Patricio brother, thank you for sending the pictures to me. That was great. He's fantastic, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's great. Hey, Tom, enjoy the rest of this one, man. I hope you're feeling strong, okay?
Yes, sir. Talk to you later. Go.
Have a good one. Oh, man, I love that guy. Dude, it's the funniest thing ever how this all comes full circle. We were all strangers not that long ago. And now I'm getting videos texted to me of Main Man Martinez partying with my parents. I just can't get over it. They're on the 50-yard line, 20 rows up. And Renee's with my parents. Oh, Johnny, look where we're at. You're not there. And we're all together. Say hi to your mom. It's hilarious. Oh, I love this group. Brendan, welcome. What's up, buddy?
John, good afternoon, sir. Hey,
man,
great win by the boys.
Yep, I got you. You're good to go. What's on your mind? Brendan?
I can't understand you.
Come back if you can. Come back if you can, Brendan. Join back in. Quentin, what's up, buddy?
Hi, John. Oh, that was an awesome win for Notre Dame and a great senior day for them as well. And the
Telling you, man.
defense was excellent in that game, and the offense played great. You know, it's like that was one of the best Notre Dame football games I've watched in my life. That is the most points I've ever seen them score.
I gotta ask you, man, didn't it feel good to not stress out all afternoon? It was just, I am not used to these games without being like all wound tight and all stressed out. It was very, very comforting to just be able to enjoy the football with no stress. It was great.
Me too, John. Yes, it was great. It felt so nice not to have any stress during that Notre Dame football game, like the other ones were. But yeah, it was so awesome to not have to worry and be stressed out during that game. You know, they played spectacular in that game. I'm proud of all the Notre Dame football players and all the coaches. You know, it's like congratulations to Marcus Freeman and all those guys.
Yeah, man, it was a really, really, just a really great check all the boxes, kind of. You won by a lot. You look good. You were able to get some other guys playing time. You were able to let some of the seniors and walk-on guys get in late in the game. Like, I know you gave up a touchdown, but you literally had walk-ons and seniors that had never played out there. Good for them. It was just, it's hard to find a better senior day than that. Deb Thomas, good to see you here. It's been a while. Maybe your routines change. It's good to see you in here, Deb. Hope you're doing well. But man, it was just good to dominate like that. It was just good to dominate. So do you think it moved the needle, helped you maintain the gap between Miami and perception? What do you think?
I think it does actually. It helps move the needle for Notre Dame. It's like there's great depth in this football team, and I think that they're gonna, do awesome, next week against Stanford. It's like and blow them out next week and get in the playoffs and dominate like they did last year.
Are you going to be able to stay up through the whole game that late or what?
Well, gonna watch some of the game at least. I'm gonna try to get through the first half of the game and then see in the morning how they did.
Yeah, it's we're gonna see what happens, buddy. Anything else? You gonna watch the rest of the games tonight or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of the games tonight. I'm glad that Pittsburgh is doing good in their game.
28-0 right now. 28-0, buddy. Hey, enjoy it, Quentin. Thanks for checking in, buddy.
I will, and thank you, John, and God bless you. And your show is great.
Oh, thanks a lot, buddy. I really do appreciate that. Thanks, Dave. Welcome. What's up, bro?
Hey, thanks, man. That was the rocking chair game of all rocking chair games.
Wasn't it relaxing, man? It was just nice to be able to chill out.
Until the last 5 minutes when you're saying, oh, my God, these guys, these third and fourth and fifth stringers can't tackle. They're going to lose the shutout. That created some stress.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's good.
It is. It's all good. And yeah, the Pittsburgh game's helping us right now. But man, I got to tell you, it really does make me think. This team is wired differently under Marcus Freeman, and they have that extra killer gear switch they could bring it up to, and they got the athletes to do it. This is a high-level program right now. You just need it all to come together in one of these playoff runs. But this is becoming a top-notch competitive program at the top level. It really is.
And at the half, he told the nation that we're not letting up. He didn't say it in those certain words, but he when the gal interviewed him, he said, or Zora, when she interviewed him, he said that we weren't letting up, and they didn't. And it was good to see it. Will this change the narrative? Yes, it's already happening. So far, CBS, both online and on air, is already talking about it. ESPN already talking about it. NBC already talking about it. You're starting to see little articles come out, headlines saying that Notre Dame made a playoff statement for the judges. So I'm not going to be surprised
if we move up 2 spots.
Whoa.
Oklahoma.
Whoa.
Yep.
Okay, so when I was referencing moving the needle, I was thinking of maybe staying where you're at, but building a little margin between you and Miami and maintaining that gap. In my mind, that moves the needle. If you were able to impress enough, you maintain a gap between you and Miami. You're talking about a big jump. You think it impressed that much against a 3-win team?
Absolutely, because if you look at what's happened in the past, not including last year, but especially the BCS, when it came to what this week is called Cupcake Weekend, which I understand the SEC is moving away from, those teams would be devalued for playing cupcakes. So I believe that, for example, Miami may move ahead of Alabama. Alabama's going to drop back a couple. It's possible, and this is why I say the second spot, that Ole Miss back in back of us. If not, that's okay. But I believe we're going to move ahead of Oklahoma because they weren't that impressive.
Wow, man, that would be big time. And if you're talking about final positioning, that was not in my mind. I thought they were just going to credit Oklahoma for a tough win or whatever. So I don't know, man. That would be a big benefit.
I absolutely. There's a good likelihood that we could, if we stumble next week, and then of course that goes out the door. But there's a likelihood, or I shouldn't say likelihood, there's a possibility we could host and we could be as high as 7. I would love to be, the way I would love to see it set up is we face Miami first, A&M second, and Ohio State in the finals. That would be a beautiful thing.
Check all the revenge boxes, huh?
Absolutely. The Notre Dame Revenge Tour printed T-shirts. I'll take a large, please. And
I like that. I like that.
Go
Dude,
ahead.
You're putting that in my mind about Notre Dame jumping up, and I admit that was not in my periphery vision. That would be a big deal for Notre Dame. I just don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
John, think the pressure for the committee was coming from the banter from the media and from the Twitter sphere, and that's already starting to shift. And so we're going to hear more about it tomorrow. You see it in the press and the headlines, etc. And then when the talk radio starts, then that's going to continue the roll. It's going to change because the pressure was that the two teams were close. We proved today that we weren't.
Wow, man, this is that would be an amazing benefit. And you did an impressive job today. This team is trending up in the right direction when it matters the most. It's really a joy to see. And you know what else, man? They play good football. It's a very likable team too. You like the head coach, you like the vibe. The players are likable. There's some teams that just aren't that likable. Even some winning teams, they rub you the wrong way. It's just a damn likable Notre Dame team and coach operating at a high level. It's a beautiful Notre Dame story, damn it.
And they love each other. They love playing for each other. You've got talk of Jeremiah maybe staying and Price maybe staying. That could cause some exodus from some former recruits. The fact that these guys stayed and they love each other so much, they don't mind splitting time with each other. So you could see that happen again. Kenny stayed because he loves Notre Dame that much.
Sure.
Is creating with football what the rest of the student body embraces, and that's collaboration. Competitiveness is a virus on the mind, and
I like it.
Collaboration is a human spirit. And just look at some of the greatest teams we've ever seen. They talk about, well, it didn't matter what happened across the other side. I'll use football as an example. We saw Denver versus, I forget who they played at. They said, we knew we were going to crush them, and they were huge underdogs. We knew we were going to crush them because we were all just going to do our job. So it didn't matter what the competition was doing because they were in so much collaboration with each other, and that they went out and they blew them out. You're going to see that with Notre Dame.
I like it. I
That's
like
what Marcus
it, Dave.
is building here.
I like it. Dave, you're
It's
cutting
exciting.
out, man. You're cutting out.
But-
It's hard to hear you. I got to jump. You're cutting. I couldn't hear you, but I love you, man. That was really, really good. He put something in my head that I didn't mean to cut you off, Dave. I'm sorry. It was really bad connection. It wasn't in my mind, but I don't trust this committee either for or against Notre Dame. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I don't think I have trust in this committee's philosophy for or against Notre Dame week to week. I don't. So who knows? Maybe they look at this. Oh, we want to build even more of a gap between Notre Dame and Miami. Move Notre Dame up. Who knows? I don't know. He put that in my head and it wasn't there. Adam, I'm coming to you. Let me get to these super chats. $5 holler from John. Thanks a lot. Thanks for joining, buddy. $5 holler from my main man. This is the greatest show on earth. Always Irish family on mine. Thanks, Johnny, for everything. No problem. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you and my parents had a party today without me. Will he be hard again? Probably after this one. $5 holler. John, this is the most relaxed ND game you've ever watched. It is for me in my lifetime. But I'm not a man. I'm not 40 yet. Dude, I am not used to coming into this postgame show with a clear thinking mind that is functioning. Usually there's a million things firing in my brain all at once, and I'm mad about a bunch of stuff, frustrated, or it goes down to the wire. Jason, Marcus Freeman is what I'll be thankful for Thanksgiving. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? $10 holler Homer TD. Again, another always Irish person sending me pictures with my parents today. Go Irish. Love seeing Tim and Jill. Oh, man, it was good to see you. I'm so glad everybody was able to meet up. It's so beautiful. Who was it? Sniper, was it you that put, I didn't save it. Sniper, were you the one that put in that you think some of the people that troll, it's like a coping mechanism? That's absolutely correct. I am convinced the people they all summer all negative on everything, especially, I'm convinced they really love Notre Dame, but they have so much scar tissue that they convince themselves the worst thing's going to happen and have really low expectations so as not to be hurt. Find the negative in everything, the what could go wrong, lean into that all summer, whatever. I think these are people that love Notre Dame so much. They have so much pain built up from, if you're in my age range, you've never seen Notre Dame win anything. I was 4 when we won the championship, too young to remember it. Vaguely remember 93, and then that's it. So it's like, if you're in my age range, there's a lot of pain, man. There's a lot of scar tissue from there. And I think a lot of people do cope by being negative. I think that's a real psychological phenomenon. $2 holler. How about them Oklahoma jerseys? Rick James, thanks for Unity. The picture, unity. It's just the hand movement. It's the hand movement. Unity. There's just something about it. You had to be there. You had to be there or be in college when that show came out. And it was the biggest thing of all time. It was must-watch TV every single week. And I don't think we had DVR or anything back then. You had to tune into Comedy Central and see what Chappelle was going to come up with next. It was must-watch TV. Unity. Oh, my God, that's funny. This is a big part of it. Freeman being relatable to these kids really helps. It is, Marcus Freeman's just, it's the right blend of what you need to be able to deal with the donors, deal with all that admin, the donors, all that crap. Still relate to the players, be cool to the media, have the fan base on your side. Marcus Freeman is a unique personality that is able to weave and navigate all of that. And it's hard to do. And he's doing a good job. Adam, what's up, buddy?
What did I miss?
Yeah,
Good Lord.
you missed a lot of points while you were putting out fires in California, buddy.
I've been getting my tail kicked all day. I came back and I saw it was 42-0, and I just was thinking to myself, God, I got to get on the show tonight. This is just incredible. Just
Well,
incredible.
Adam, let's start here. I'm very happy for you. You're back to work and you're healthy enough and rehabbed, and you could get back out to protecting the city there. I'm proud of you, man. Good job.
Yes, sir. Johnny, thank you very much, man. That means a lot. I appreciate that. That's awesome.
So what do you make of it, Adam?
I
Were
don't-
you able to watch it, or could you just look on your phone at work?
I saw a couple snaps here or there. I saw Love score, and it was just, I just was driving around in the engine, just thinking to myself, dude, they're just dominating. I think it's incredible. I'm looking at the stats, and this is just the most remarkable thing I've ever seen. We scored 70 points, 70, okay, 10 touchdowns, and we had the ball for a total of 16 minutes.
Yep. It is unbelievable. Yeah.
That
and the way
is just...
But Adam, the way we all talked about, you got to leave no doubt, you got to
Yeah.
pile it on, you blah, 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 blah. And we said senior day, it's kind of hard, maybe sometimes to get off to a fast start on senior day when it's emotional, whatever. And they were up 21-0, and the offense didn't even touch a ball.
Dude, mission accomplished. It's just fantastic job by the coaching staff, fantastic job by the players, all around, and from what I saw, the crowd was up and just jumping, and, it was another sellout, and just it is fantastic to be a Notre Dame fan right now. And I know we're going to be circling around the entire week about, what's going to happen with Miami beating, Virginia Tech. But I'll tell you right now, as you and I talked a couple days ago, hey, Pitt looks legit right now, and they're taking care of business. They got to close the deal against Georgia Tech. But if they do the same thing, if they clean this up and they win this game, and then they end up going against Miami next week and taking care of business there, then we are just smooth sailing. It is just handle things in Palo Alto until 3 a.m, and then, call it a day and just, take a break before you get into the playoffs.
Yeah, it is. Man, it's Adam, do you agree? Something that's in my mind is the level of this program is slowly raising, and you're getting to the point where you're physically capable and mentally strong enough to do this. Somebody wrote in, oh, big deal, you beat up on a bad team. I have seen Notre Dame play a lot of really, really bad teams, and we play down to the opponent, look sloppy, barely win. You're just happy to get out of there. Like, I understand they're a bad opponent. This is what you do if you're really, really good against a bad opponent. And I've seen Notre Dame not do that for the majority of 30 years. So it's damn good that they have some dogs on this team and a bunch of athletes that could kick the hell out of somebody.
Completely agree. And I'll tell you right now, if Eastern Illinois played against Syracuse, Syracuse might beat them, but it would probably be close. And Alabama only scored 56. So what does that say? You're right. It's just like, you think about like these other scores. We did what we needed to do. The team was in front of us. Georgia beat Charlotte 35-3. But nobody's going to be talking about them as far as like, well, you did what you had to know, right? It's like we put up 70, and I get their defense is 132nd in the country or whatever, but it's like there was over 300 yards of rushing, 16 minutes our offense had the ball. We only threw the ball for like 70 yards or something. It is just an absolute special teams and defense just stepping it up. It was incredible to just go through these stats. I'm checking the highlights right now. And it's fantastic, and I'm just so happy. It's just one of those things where there's no real stress right now. Just enjoy it. Don't worry about the playoff predictor and like all the different scenarios and all those different things. It'll play out, and if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Go into Palo Alto, handle business, and if it's meant to be, we'll be in it. And just like a lot of these people are saying, if we get in, nobody wants to see us. They just don't. Not this offense, not this defense.
Yeah, it is. Man, it's just it's almost unbelievable when you look at the odds of Notre Dame winning out in the regular season after Northern Illinois last year and then running the table after the horrible start this year. Yeah. That is so impressive to me. It would be more impressive if you didn't need to do that. because you took care of business early.
Yeah.
But man, that shows major buy-in into Freeman's messaging. Nobody checks out or gets depressed. Everybody's on board and they just get down to business. That is a huge compliment to the kind of program Freeman's building and the coaches and players he has, that both of those years, nobody just gave in and rolled over and they did this. Unbelievable.
And you and I, no doubt. And you and I were talking a year ago or whenever it was, and it was about the culture. That's exactly what we were talking about, was just the brand, the culture, just how everything is kind of coming to fruition. It's all happening, it's all coming together. And it's just when these unique ingredients in life or in this college football world come together and they start clicking and the pieces of the puzzle are all fitting, and then it's the coaching staff, the administration, the athletic director, the players that are being recruited, the ones that are coming in, it's just something. I mean, I just watched a highlight of Reardon on a block, and he was blocking on the inside, and then he immediately, as he knew that one was secure, popped out and blocked on the outside to get the cornerback that allowed Love to go to the corner of the end zone and split the two. And it's just, everything just seems to be happening, and it's amazing to watch, and it like you were talking about, like all that scar tissue, all the pain that we've dealt with over the years, and now here we are, and we're just, we can sit here and enjoy it. And now that we're at this tier and now that we're at this level, yeah, you're going to get a little bit greedy, because I do want to go to that next level. I do want that championship. I'm like you. I've been watching this for, 40 years, and it's been a lot of pain, and the 88 I was a little bit too young, and it's not really understanding it. And so it's just something to the degree of, this is our time. This is what it's looking like. I don't think there's really any team that has zero weaknesses. Even Indiana, who's been playing very clean football, even Ohio State, that's been playing pretty clean football. Everybody's beatable. And it's just about what you go out there and you do, and I believe in this team. I believe in the organization, the coaching staff, the whole thing, top to bottom. I mean, without any hesitation.
Yeah, it's man. So it's just, Senior Day really couldn't have gone better, other than the injury to KVA. That's really my only complaint. That's unfortunate. There's nothing you could do about it. So we'll see.
I didn't hear that. What happened to him?
It didn't look like there was a lot of contact. Looked like a non-contact thing, and then he was in a sweatsuit sitting, on the bench. And I have not gotten an official update, but it was just not ideal. So that hurts.
Copy that. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what?
We'll see.
And then this goes, and we will see, but this goes back to the culture. And what is it that we've been talking about all last year as far as the offensive line? Next man up. Let's just go. You know what? I know that person was super dominant, but what is the next person going to do? And that depth and that kind of that character that is built in the locker room and within the administration, that is going to just ooze out onto the field, and so we got to get the next players up, and they've got to be ready to rock and roll, and let's just get it done.
Yep, let's get it done. Adam, congratulations, man, getting back to work and out there protecting and taking care of everybody. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Johnny. Love you, bud, and I will talk to you over the week.
Yep, we'll see. Man, he was a regular on the summer when he was doing all the rehab. He's a fireman in California, and I'm happy for him. He's back on the job, man, and made a full recovery. But man, this is, you guys, just really successful Senior Day. I mean, the injury is really the only negative. But man, this program is a really, really strong program, and they're getting better. You got to get this thing over the hump before things change. And the NFL calls Freeman and he gets a little older and is interested in that. Or Ohio State open. Like, I don't know, but Goolsby's right when he brings up, you better not just sit around saying, yeah, this is great, but we'll win a title next year. Yeah, this is great, but we'll get a title next year. This is getting to the point where this program's in the position to get it over the finish line. And you better figure out a way to do that before some circumstances change and life happens. Nothing good lasts forever. You better get it while you can get it. And Goolsby's right about that. And I love it when he lets it rip on Patreon about all this stuff, man. I absolutely, I love it. Brendan, what's going on, buddy?
Hey,
John, hey, I hope the connection's a little bit better this time.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
I got you.
Hey, good stuff. Hey, I pretty much just want to say the exact same thing. I think perhaps our Notre Dame class and or the quality of fan we have is not going to do us any service when you start seeing like the comments or the hate talk against Notre Dame. We absolutely have to be selfish. There's a good article that the guys over at Irish Breakdown put out about how how the committee actually like grades the teams, and it ends up being essentially the BCS formula that they almost like bless on. And so it's not a mistake that Notre Dame's ranked where we are in the coaches and the AP and like the refitting of the BCS formula. Like we deserve a spot at the table. All 12 games have to matter. Like it'll be messed up if we get to the end and we've been where we're at and we're crushing people. And then all of a sudden, because of, essentially the only thing that would make any sense would be perceived pressure or like some sort of like conference equality type of scenario. Because you're absolutely right. There's no guarantee on any given game or season that you're gonna get to where you want to go. And so the best opportunity we have is to get into the ring, give our best shot, and see what happens. And I sincerely think the guys are doing the right thing, and I hope we get a chance to see it this fall.
Yeah, man, to do all this fighting back and win the 10 games and have these star athletes out there that could change a game every time they touch the ball, Love in the Heisman race. Like that's a team you just want to get in the playoff and see how it goes,
Yep. And I have to push a little bit back, John. I think you're trying to be too nice. So when you say the bit like, hey, if we get to the end of the season and we have no one to blame but ourselves, but I think we're in hunker down mode to where kind of the passion is no, hey, Notre Dame's playing lights out. You SOBs don't want to see us in the playoffs. You're freaking jealous of our independence. F you guys. And that's the party line until we get into the bracket. Now, if we don't get in the bracket, I think retrospectively, that's absolutely the lesson to learn is, hey, if we had just won one of those games or a play had gone our way or whatever, then yes. And that'll give fire, I think, to future teams. But you are a cheerleader, John. You got to lead the way. Screw everybody else. Irish 5 million. Let's go.
I like it, man. Hey, Brendan, thanks a lot for joining, buddy. Oh, man. What do we got here? Georgia Tech driving now. I'm following on the ESPN thing that moves like the lines move when they get points. Still looks like they're trying to fight back a little bit. And you know what else? Yeah, I'm glad somebody brought up Stroman, man. Good for him. That's a guy who had a really tough start to the year and took a lot of crap for justifiable reasons. Good for him. Shot out of a cannon today. Good for that guy. Love seeing that. Good for them, man. That was great to see. B-Bud, our wide receiver, have been blocking so well for Love Price. That's how they end up one-on-one on a safety. And both of them will shake that safety out of their boots. Yeah, it's just telling you, man. Really, really good senior day. The only thing is if you lose one of your best defenders, that really, really hurts. And it's just you may get a little healthier, hopefully, on the offensive line. Maybe you get Rubio back. I don't know what the update is on that on the defense side, but that would be a big one. So that's about the only negative I have. But I'm happy for Stroman. Good for him. All right, you guys, we've gone 2 hours. That's going to be it for the relaxing post-game show that I'm not used to having. We've done a full 2 hours. I'm going to record a video that'll go out for you tomorrow morning, and I'm going to get writing on my articles and have the rest of the games playing in the background. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for being on the Patreon. Thanks for hanging out with my family on campus today. I love this community, even the trolls. You guys are awesome. Go Irish.